What's up, guys? It's your boy Nathan, and we are back with another check in show. It's been a while. Yes, we're back. Hello, Nakul. Good evening. Just waiting for everyone to come in, and then we shall get on with it. I don't know what happened there with StreamYard. I mean, with OBS today, but it was an issue. Hello, Shanks. Hello, Shaunak. Yes, I had to quickly change that nonsense. Hello, Rhythm. Hello, Aryan. It's going to be interesting today. I don't know if you guys saw the stream schedule, but it's going to be a lot of streams this week. Hello, Lokendra. Good evening. Uh, just give me a few more minutes and then we'll start right into it. We won't waste any time. Had a good look at all the games before we came today, so we can start straight away. If you guys want, we can start with United or we can end with United. It's completely up to you. Hello, Ranger. Good evening. I'll let you all decide what you want to do. For that, if you want to start with United, we will. Money is available to spend allegedly. My day was good. Yeah, my day was good. This week is a very nice week for me personally. Money available to spend for January transfer window. I think we can maybe spend 70 max, pushing it. I think we can spend really 50 to be honest. Can we win tomorrow? Okay. How do people see my name? Can people see my hold on? There we go. There's your answer. There's your answer, sir. That is the only answer you'll get from me. By the way, Rasmus scored 2 again yesterday in Serie A. Rasmus scored 2 again, guys. You know, Fiorentina lost again. Shit. Ah, God. Inter won again to stay on top. It'll be a tight race, man. Inter, AC, and Napoli. 3 points, 2 points separate them. Going to be fun. Then is the next game. Next game is third. Milan plays Cagliari. Napoli plays Lazio. Inter plays Bologna. It's decently tough games, I would say. Nathan was I'm gonna start with United, says Lokendra. Okay, we shall. Hello, Mustache. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you had a good Christmas as well. Baleba, man. Do not fall for the AFCON trick, my friend. Don't do it. Hello, Nitesh. United back? Not really. Hello, Sekiro. Hope you're doing well and had an amazing Christmas. I did, Utkarsh. Thank you for asking. And hopefully you had a good holiday season as well. I want to see Nathan Riot. Please, Wolves, do some. Oh, it's going to be so ugly. Yeah, I'm not even interested, to be honest. Hey, Dhruv. Which are the other fixtures? Tomorrow, there are 6 games tomorrow. We are playing the late game. Us and Arsenal have the late game. There are some big fixtures tomorrow. That we will discuss tomorrow, Shaunak. We're doing game week predictions tomorrow. But yes, I want Nathan was the ETH about was getting DDIG a good decision or not under the new IP of Ishan, the hot take. What will be your argument, Nathan? David De as the best goalkeeper in the last 15 years in the Premier League. Fiorentina's last. Yeah, it's more complicated than that, Nitish. I had a look at it. Mount is made of glass, man. I had a look at it. Someone made a great video about it. It's a lot more complicated than it seems. Not that anyone will care because everyone will say DDG is last. But I saw like a 5-minute video on it from another YouTuber. Uh, Fiorentina's in a lot of trouble. What's my New Year plan? I don't know yet, Knuckle. That's a great point. Maybe lose some weight, probably. Are you Scott from United? They bought Mbemo. Now you're exploring James Garner. No. No comments, Aryan. No comments. Some people just see sense, in things. That's about it, really. All right. Shall we start, guys? I think we should start. Let's go. First game, first and most important, I suppose, Manchester United. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, Greeny. There we go. Pop. There we go. There you go. What a nice picture at the side of it too, right? It's me and Dorgu in the picture. Who would have thought, guys? Have you seen Nathan McSaucy is getting better and better in Napoli? He is hitting his prime when he's around 30 now. Florentina's too big to get relegated. There was six last season. You have to see what happened, dude. The video makes a lot of sense. That's because I've changed the stream, Manas. I've changed the stream. There was some issue with OBS, and I didn't want anyone to get delayed anymore, so I quickly just opened StreamYard. Anyway, we'll be on only for an hour. Just watch United 99 highlights. Two strikers, Beckham on the wing, Sheringham, Solskjaer on the bench. That squad was stacked. We were the Manchester United. Yeah, good times, Adarsh, and it's going to take a while to get back. What about Yan Diamonde? Says, wanna be great. Promising. It's always good any player from the Red Bull group because we can always use the little bit of clout we have left to try and curry favor. So that's an interesting take for sure. I think we were overrating Mount 2-3 games and that's it. Otherwise, he scammed us. Ranger, you know what I think it is? I think it is he has a more utilitarian purpose in the team, uh, in this team in the way we set up. I think it's more utilitarian based. I don't think it's meant to be a standout role in the team, in my opinion. Guys, please like, yeah, guys, come on, we're 150 away from 3,000. Yeah, I know we aren't going to make it by New Year, but I really wish we did. Can we now say there's only one United? Even in our worst phase, we win against big teams. Not convincing, but we can still brag, I guess. Shaunuk, you know what the thing is? The thing is, I was very happy for Newcastle United until they all went out and started moving mad. Then the transfer window didn't look good for them, and then they play everyone, and now they're 12th. So maybe let the season unfold a little before you claim to be the only United. It's a humble suggestion. Fiorentina is a great historical club. It's sad for us to see them get relegated. Aryan, really, it was an eye-opening 4 minutes for me, man, because I don't watch Serie A. I believe the guy was called Hudge Football, HAJJ, Hudge Talks Football, something like that. In about 4 to 5 minutes, he broke down everything. It was see for people who don't watch Serie A, 5 minutes is it's a lot. It's a little time to understand been going on there. Um, Apparently, they are in relegation is the least of their concerns. Believe it or not, Aryan. Let's just put it that way. Let's get Nathan closer and closer to 3K subs so that I can be more regular. Dude, I am more regular. The only problem was this month, every year, if you even go back, if you see the dates of the streams, I am very irregular from 15 to about 25th, 26th of December every year. I am more regular than most do. Trust me. In the last 4 years, I would say I'm quite regular. United 5, Wolves 1. Ooh, Homeland is a little positive for us today. You must have realized how bad they are. The biggest United is Carlisle United. The most underrated player this year was like Luke Shaw, for sure, always above average game. Touchwood, he don't get injured again. I completely agree with you, wanna be great, and everyone keeps throwing this accusation of him being fit because it's a World Cup year. The funny thing is, when it was a Euro year, he actually missed most of the season and only got fit in time for the semi-final and final. And then people say, why did we take him at all? Then I happily remind them in 2021 when Marcus Rashford needed surgery and Jordan Henderson was injured. They both went as part of the Euros, which we ended up going to the finals and losing on penalties. No one complained about Marcus Rashford going, even though he needed surgery when he came back. So he could have already had surgery, already been recovering, but he went instead to hang out with the boys. But when Luke Shaw does it, it's a problem, man. Preview of Wolves match. Wolves are looking good. Come on, Rahul. You're not going to rage bait me, buddy. That first half is exactly how they played against us for two halves. I don't know what the hell Liverpool did. It is busy being drunk. Prashu, you'll be surprised. I don't actually drink. Not like that, at least. Yes, Cunha hat trick. We'll be there. Can I get your autograph? No, but if you ever see me in public, you can definitely get a picture, dude. I'm never going to be that guy who gives people autographs. I'm nobody. No, coach, just say right. It is the greatest. Or now we're just going to pick out United teams. Scunthorpe United. Then biggest city is Bristol City. Facts, dude. Vitex putting them on the back and taking them to the Premier League. Oh, that's Birmingham. Wolves gave first his first goal. I can smell a Sheshko hat trick. You know what, Nakul? I love Ishan, but the way Ishan was getting excited yesterday made me very confused. Um, in the last two games, Frimpong got an assist, Wirtz got a goal and assist, and Isaac got a goal. That sounds cool, right? Except for the fact that it was against 10 men, 10, 10, 10 men, 14th place Spurs at the time, and because they got 3 points yesterday, and the worst team in England, Wolves. So I was very confused by his excitement. Even Lala, after a while, was like, "Bro, they are really bad." I'm like, "I've been saying this for a month, man. Nobody's willing to listen how bad Wolves are." Anyway, Sesko, we're winning easily. Sesko, no, we are definitely winning easily. I mean, hopefully, we're winning easily. This game week will be remembered as the one where Sir Dorgu with the mighty humble Nathan just joking. Of course, you know what? I'll be very honest with you, Snail. People, some people are new, so they don't may have not seen it. But we did the. I'm sure maybe you were there. We did the watch along for the Europa final on Mohawk's channel, and I thought Patrick Dorgu was probably the only one who could keep his head held high after the final. I thought he was, all things considered, our best player. Um, Fortunately, he could not continue the momentum into the season, but let's hope he does. Let's hope he does. What's saying Barcelona is not making Rashford loan permanent? Yes, that is the report. That is true. I've started watching from Mohawk by his channel. Can you give me some of your backstory? How you became a fan? Where do you live? So I'm from Goa. Um, I started watching United because when I moved to Goa, I used to only watch cricket and basketball with my dad, and football was way more popular here. So we had access to it here, and besides, everyone else wanted to watch it too. So I saw an ad, Beckham scoring halfway line goal against Wimbledon, and then I started watching them play, and I stayed because of Sir Alex Ferguson. I always tell people this. I got into Manchester United because of Beckham. I stayed because of Sir Alex. Goa, Lokendra. Goa. Can Aston Villa defeat Arsenal at the Emirates? How are they more consistent than United? Well, it's very simple, Rahul. They have been that first 5 games where they didn't even score a goal. That was quite anomalous. They are a good team, believe it or not. No, people were surprised they couldn't score a goal. They shook that off their back and they have bounced back fantastically well. What is it? 11 matches undefeated. I'm traveling from Ireland to get a picture from you. I have to get a stamp with a passport. Say hi to Modi. Dude, don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. If you're free, do you want to join? Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. Traveling for Ireland. I mean, if you're here, you don't have to travel for that specifically. But yeah, winter's coming and Wolves are hungry. Nah, man, I'm not falling for any of this crap. Nobody is convincing me that we can lose to Wolves. I'm sorry. If Ruben Amorim sits across me and goes, "There's a chance we could lose to Wolves," I'm like, if you get any closer to me, I'll make sure you get sacked myself. Okay, for crimes against humanity. That's what you'll get sacked for. Whenever I meet you, I'm first of all going to take you for a full body checkup at a good grooming salon. Listen, dude, I already explained to you why I don't get my hair cut. Okay, it's hot here. We don't have giant buildings like in Delhi. Okay, we're quite exposed to the sun here. Agree that Ishan was talking like words is the bro. My favorite, the Ikata clip, the shot was epic. Buyer lever cruising, and I was like, okay, all right, enjoy that, enjoy it, please enjoy it. What Manchester United has become now, their fans taking proud that they are the best United team currently. I'm pretty sure we are all joking, Nitish, but Worth still has 0 goals against top 19 teams. I suppose you can get a start for anything right now. Liverpool are playing after playing so horrible, still above United. Um, were they playing horrible, or did they get into a slump later on? We started off in a slump. United is definitely winning, but ain't keeping a clean sheet. I don't care, Ankush. We didn't keep a clean sheet in the 2 weeks ago either. I'm fine with that. How do you see Eze being used best in Arsenal's team? Bro, Eze best used in Arsenal's team would be probably left hand side, but Martinelli seems to be picking up momentum, and Trossard is always, I call him Agent Zero. When you least expect it, he scores a goal. He's quite a problem maker. He could be a replacement for Odegaard in the 10, but I mean, we'll get into it obviously shortly, but um, very unlikely he's going to remove his captain. So probably on the left hand side. So the press conference in US are not going to sign any player because they were think we are top five. They don't understand we are playing with a bunch of kids. Mount is not. But Yogadi, did I not tell you? I don't know if I said it on Mark stream or here. You remember better because you're on both streams. But I pretty much told people who would listen is I don't really think we are going to sign anyone. And people were like, we have to sign anyone. I'm like, yeah, we have to sign anyone, but I don't think we are going to sign anyone, which is very different. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't sign anyone, Yogadi. I know people are going to make a video on it and like get angry and all, and fair enough. You should be angry, but I've said it, man. I've said it. If you take away the fact that we have got debt under the Glazers, these people are worse than the Glazers. I know the debt is a big deal. I'm not trying to say it's not a big deal, but I feel like these owners are worse than the Glazers, dude. Where have you ever heard Avram or Joe or whatever their names are ever compare us to Fulham and ticket prices being rising up this much? Like he has no Sir Jim Ratcliffe has no awareness. People hounded him outside his car, outside the stadium, and they were complaining about price rises for the ticket for the football we currently watch. And he rolls out his window and he's like, "Do you want an autograph?" He can't even hear what people are saying. They're clearly screaming, "What have you done? Why have you raised the ticket price?" And he's like, "Do you want an autograph?" And then he hears it, and then the window goes back up again. It's like there's just no awareness at all. I mean, even the Glazers wouldn't do that. They would just run away. Fair play to them. They're at least smart. Walaikum assalam, Mohammed. How are you? Good evening. Mason Mount is injured. How would we line up against Wolves? Do you think Fletcher's going to start? How are we going to line up against Wolves? Let's see. I think we're going to go back to 4-3-3. I think it's going to be Shaw, Dallo, Heaven, Martinez, Lemens. We're going to go. Oh, I feel sick even saying it, but Ugarte, Casemiro, Cunha, and then we're going to go Dorgu, Sheshko, and I don't know who we're going to play, man. We might give Lacey a chance. I won't be surprised. Fletcher looks shaky. We might actually give Shea Lacey a chance. Might put Cunha on the wing. I recently been playing FC 26 management. It feels great scoring goals through crosses, through headers. Was an OG Dempo fan, but then Dempo couldn't afford Nathan's attention, so they shut the club down. So people were like, "Do you support FC Goa?" I'm like, "Never in my life, dude. Never in my life will I ever support FC Goa. We got a team. It's called Dempo. It's Dempo or nothing for me personally. You want to glory hunt because fancy people own the club, then good for you. We have heritage though, so we don't need more. 46 crosses, yeah. Rhythm. Please tell me you're on Twitter or something, bro. I'm still waiting for your messages to check up on you. I was thinking I'd message you again. Maybe give me an alternate way to contact you if you'd like. I know you have having some issues, so yeah. Which player is the best player in the world at this moment? And at this moment, the best player in the world at this moment is Harry Kane. Sorry for everyone who wants to yell at me, Rafinha and all that, and Dembele and all, but I think Harry Kane is quite the complete player. No man, electrician at home was scrolling randomly, saw you live, so tune in. Prashant, do me a favor now. Just I don't know, I can't remember if you are following me on Twitter or not. Follow me on Twitter and give me your contact. We'll do something soon. Let's rant together. Especially if we don't get away on the 31st. Because believe me, I'm going to go on a rant. Ruben Amorim can make you believe. He can't make me believe. He can't make me believe we lose to Wolves. There is not a person on earth that can make me believe we can lose to Wolves is okay. I'm good, GGTH. How are you? I don't even after United fan. I want even Arsenal to win, but not City. But feels like Arsenal bottling it again. Let's just hold out hope here. We can't do anything. Wait, what? AJ survived a deadly car crash in Nigeria that killed two people. He was a passenger in a Lexus when it reportedly smashed into a truck. First of all, how do people not see a truck? Second of all, I would like to say glad he's okay, but I think it's more appropriate to say rest in peace to the people who lost their lives. Bro, my mom's family friend lost their 18-year-old child. I really wish people could just be more careful when they drive, man. I've lost a childhood friend to it. I lost a junior to it 2 years ago. In fact, his anniversary, I think his 2 years anniversary is coming up soon, or it's past one of these days, just after Christmas. It's really so. To me, it's not just cutting hair, Nathan. I groom everything else except my face, dude. Let me just put it that way. I'm a well behaved person. Thank you. Chelsea and Liverpool losing points, we earning those three best New Year start I can have. I agree, man. I agree. For a change, we started. I always told people. I believe I told Ethan. I told a couple of other people. I'd rather play first than last. I don't want to be keeping an eye on the table the whole time. I rather just play first and get it out of the way. Saw some Liverpool play saying Gerrard reborn as words. No comment. That's true about AJ. That's crazy. Yeah. Mount is injured. How would we line up against Wolves? Oh, I answered that already. Yeah, that's sorry. I'm just scrolling down quickly. Need worst team in Premier League to score. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. It's not about that, dude. It's not about that. It's just keep your expectations realistic. Wolves are really that bad. How's my FPL team performing? Terribly. I should probably take some advice from KV. By the way, guys, 37 people watching. Do get those likes up, please. I'd greatly appreciate it. I don't have no idea how many likes we're on. If someone can tell me how many likes we're on, I'd also appreciate that. But nevertheless, can we get to 50 likes? That would be great. Words and Dorgu have same goals halfway through the season. Let that sink in. Elliot Anderson or Adam Borton? Elliot Anderson. I'm good, Abbas. How are you? I read that. Or Adarsh, I'm sorry, but I'm a little slow only because I'm trying to read everything, but I've answered it. Are we going to play UCL next year and are we ready? I will answer this question, UPSC aspirant, after the Wolves game. People know why I'm saying that. No, I don't know how Mace is going to be for that game. I think Kobe Mainu, Bruno Delict, and Harry Maguire will not be ready either. Fantastic. Looks like Shea Lacey might actually get a game for once. What do you think? Finishing Champions League spot or Europa with current spot? Current squad, we should finish Europa. Hello, hello, peasants. Okay. PL is the most interesting and difficult league in the world. Every player can't cope up to it. All players who leave for any other league mostly does, but yeah, I think so too. But Giant will just cry about it. Giants are a buddy Real Madrid fan. He's not a fan of Salgaukaresi. Nah, not really. No. Churchill Brothers Dempo. That's our thing. Or my thing, I should say. That's the games I'd watch. An old picture of KV when he was trying to put a message in. Oh, I can't read that part. I don't want to get in trouble. Hello, Lavanya. Rhombus is the world's best player. For people who don't know who that is, Mustache is talking about Maguire. I'm not on Twitter or any social media. I'll reach out to you via, or you can just get my number from animation. Drop me a message. Sure. Not having a device, cannot get OTPs for login and stuff. Contact you my mails. Okay, whenever you can, Rhythm, just let me know. They are worse than the Glazer, but somehow we need Gano, Neves, or Gallagher at least. I'll still take Gano, cheapest. Thank you so much, Mustache. It was a long, long time ago. In fact, he was actually English. Um, his mother moved to Goa and they joined our school. Uh, yeah, it actually changed my life a lot. That's kind of why I don't drink. I barely drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any other stuff. Actually, because of him. Wish he was around though. I would prefer that better. Racha doesn't look shaky. He has not done anything wrong in front of the stacked midfield. Newcastle could not help. No, but that's what I'm trying to say. No, it doesn't look shaky in the sense of like. Sorry, actually, you're right, Arush. I said the wrong thing. I didn't really notice him in that game, and it was a really tough game for him to play. I think we should give Lacey a chance this week. You're right. I said the wrong word. Fair enough. I live in Belgaum. So very close to. I frequently see go. I hope I meet you on Adarsh. At least you don't call it Belagavi, dude. You clearly have lived there your whole life. Actually, people here don't call it Belgavi either, which is interesting. A lot of we go back and forth a lot. I know a lot of people. from the south of Goa that go to Belgaum a lot actually, which is interesting. Teach me English. I have it tomorrow. It's a little too late for that, dude. Let your son win the City Academy. Yes, we got both of them. That's right. That's why I don't want him to play in the World Cup next year with Germany. Let that kid express himself. 27 likes. Okay, thank you. Can we get to 50, please? I'd appreciate that very much. Villa on a generational run, says Ayush. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I think they just had a shaky start. I think I think this run kind of proves it because they always had it in them to be a solid team, probably finishing in Europe again one way or the other. Quite a anomaly that was, that 5 or 6 games without scoring a goal. Yeah. Wharton personally loved that player. Fair enough. I read Belgium instead of Belgium. Yeah. Sorry, I was spanning now. That's okay, man. Good evening, Akash. I watched Elliot was City. We have to get him, Nathan. How is he going to be generational? Anyhow, he's going to be generational. Yeah, but the problem is the price, Arush. I keep trying to, you know what? Let me put it this way. I keep trying to explain to people why one of the reasons I don't want Amarim is if we finish out of Europe this year, if you thought we had less money all these years, we are going to have even less the coming year due to FFP. That is one of the reasons why I'm kind of frustrated with Ruben. And I feel his change in formation now is really frustrating because he could have done this before and saved us a lot of stress. But hopefully he will start continue with this new formation because it seems to be doing well. We are unlocking Dorgu. I know it's going to sound really disappointing to some people, but we did buy a left wing back, but his best game was at right wing in a back four. I've been trying to tell people that our players clearly play better in a back four instinctually, and we clearly saw that against Newcastle, which was a tough team, at least on paper. I know they're on a slump now, so people will say, "Oh, they aren't as good as they were, last season or whatever." But in the grand scheme of things, they should have given us a problem. And in the first half, when we were a back four before Mount got injured, I thought we did really, really well. And the scare now is once everyone comes back, are we going to go to a back three or back five? I feel like we were even a back five in the second half, not even a back three, because I felt like we were defending way too much. So to cut the rant short, if we don't finish in Europe, we're not going to have the extra money to buy just said generational talent in Adam Wharton. And that is why I'm kind of frustrated with Ruben Amram not willing to change. But hopefully he continues this. We did play well I mean, not overall. We did have a really good half at back four. Hopefully we can continue. Yes, thank you, Parth. Everton value 70 million. Bro, they are not even going to get 7 million if they make it past January. I know they can extend his contract for 1 year, but it would be stupid. They will get no money. I'm from Bijapur. Okay. Glad to know someone from our state. Bro, I'm pretty sure a couple of people watch from Bangalore even. Um, can't remember who, but definitely people watch from Bangalore. Yeah. People watch from Hyderabad. I believe George. No, George is not from Hyderabad. Imagine Emery winning it before Arsenal. My God, that would be epic. I just want Fletcher twins to play just because it saves us substitutions like Saf used to do with some twins that played. Yeah, you remember those were some good times, dude. Play 4-3-3 good, but I have a feeling after AFCON he's going to go 3-4-3. See, this is the frustration, Arush, when you clearly can see they play better. You clearly can see them play better and we still go back to struggling. This is the real problem. I think Villa are consistently overperforming the XG, not going to last long. Bro, all they need to do is score 1-0. That, they don't need to do more than that. Even if they keep the game tight, like the Chelsea game, all they need to do is win in the end. The contrast of European football makes hard for many Indian children to watch the real game brain comes from, as the real game brain comes from watching more games. Yeah. Fun fact, Evan costs more in FPL than in real life. That's true. What is it, 3.9? You played a huge role in my IELTS preparation. Thanks a lot. Well, Akash, if I've helped even a percent, thank you for joining. It was useful for you. And tell us where you're going, dude. Give us some details. What are you studying? Where do you want to go? And definitely don't forget to tell us how well you do in your IELTS or IELTS, however you like to say it. He's doing everything against us. His passion, passes, vision, ball control. He was good, yeah. It was a tough game. We'll get into the games shortly. I'll just finish this and then we'll move into the games. Robin's right winger, number 10, always does great first. Robin Olise, right wing legacy continues. Wanted to watch a single game without getting frustrated on Amram. That's my dare to you. I actually, I don't think I was that frustrated in the Wolves game, to be honest. Ooh, the Bournemouth game where we finished 4-4. I thought sorry, the Aston Villa game which we lost 2-1. I actually thought we played well there. Definitely saw my review, Abhishek. I wasn't upset at all. We lost to two worldies. I thought we played well. As KV likes to say, the game is the game. On the other side, oh, people are United fans from Bijapur. We are all over the place, too. Why can't we try Kone in the CDM injury secret gamers, rather than spending big for a long term injury? I think he will get promoted eventually. But Nathan, what we need Wharton. He will do same work as Paul Scholes, find quick passes. Just don't think we have the money right now, Aryan. If we don't finish in European spots, it'll be impossible. It'll really be impossible. Hello, Manaj, Penta. Are you a wrestling fan? Do you suggest for my Barca team next summer? Top class center back. Top class center back. I still think you can manage up front, at least for now. Wolves game won't be. I'm not having this, dude. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm telling you. I will resist. Not even for Garner at Fab, man. Yeah. Uh, I mean, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we get nobody Ranger. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be. We have a great keeper in Lamans. Let's keep hope high by staying humble. Exactly. It's not going to be cold ever here, Abhishek. No chance. Controversy, United are going to win PL and end that drought before us. Why Rohit Shetty loves Goa? Probably because everything's a lot cheaper here than where he's used to. Time I come there, I'll definitely visit the stadium. Oh, okay. Formation thing you're saying is nice, but formation manager's identity to change, it's quite difficult thing. It's owner's fault. We should have got a 4-3-3 man. I agree, man. These owners have ruined it for us. They have basically hacked us off by the knees. We play better. We got dominated. Second half, 20% possessions. Embarrassing. Are we talking about the Aston Villa game? We're talking about the Aston Villa game, or we're talking about some other game? I'm saying the Aston Villa game. I wasn't frustrated with Amarim. I didn't say we played better. Was it the Aston Villa game where we finished with 20%? I can't even remember anymore now. Does Mistake come here? Yeah, he does. Rakesh is here. भाई ऐसा क्या करे Ruben Amarim की आप every time criticize. It's complicated, Rakesh. It's really complicated, but some things can be avoidable, which he does not avoid. In simple words, um, and the thing is, we are going to suffer. I don't think people understand how badly we are going to suffer if things don't change quickly. Because I have a feeling our money is going to run out, Rakesh. And I know people say we always get money when we perform badly, but I don't think people realize we are really going to suffer. Because the asset my father view me, I view it as an asset my father views me. So I am a web developer. 2 years back, I worked with Riot Gaming. Currently, I'm working with a company which rhymes with. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Congratulations, Abhishek. I'm sure you're busy as hell. By the way, club is going for Baleba instead of Anderson. No comments, man. Can't do anything about that. Paul Palmer's frustrated from Chelsea match. I hope to see. Yeah, Arush, we are manifesting it together, aren't we? 2028, we'll be there. Won't see Villa winning title. I don't see either of the clowns winning the league and Baki for no reason. Um, if we get to a 4-3-3, what do you think about the players who gets benched like Ahmad? I don't think he's a player who will fight. His attitude is not good from my perspective. I mean, see the thing here is wanna be great is they become a sub or they fight for their place eventually to be a starter or they leave. But at least that way we have players who are familiar with the formation and the basic nature of it. You think so? Okay. Or saying pin it. Wait, hold on. Saying pin it. Let me pin it. Let me pin it for everyone. I want to sue Mystic guy. Why? I pinned it. Yeah, I'm watching from Mohawk stream. From then I saw watching lovely work. Thank you so much, Hamad. Thank you so much. Come on, Nathan, don't lie. We all remember how you reacted to world class substitution. The substitutions, though, I'm always going to be annoyed with Manus. But apart from that, the game itself, there's nothing you can do. There's not. I don't think we could do anything in that Aston Villa game. Anything more, at least. Buy Gehi and sell Diarra. To who? To Crystal Palace. The Barcelona to bring a lawyer, come out of the Negreira case. Amram said system change not because of pressure. Well, I hope he's right, man. I hope he's right. All 1:30 a.m. matches and then DU exams tomorrow 9. Well, it's 2 hours away from our last exam on the first. Life is going crazy with one nighters and matches. So you're studying at DU. Wanna be last papers on the first. Man, what is this? What's wrong with this country? Why do people hate New Year's Day in this country? Even Lavanya has a paper on the first. That's crazy. Arambol OP says Ash Ash. Hopefully you're feeling better, dude. Can't wait for you to be back. I think the only change is formation because we press like madman. Going for Baleba when Afcon comes, we'll be done again, bro. This Afcon craze we have needs to stop. By the way, it needs to stop. We're not going to suffer anymore, Parth. I hope you're right. Got it. Okay. My point is, why the F are we sitting back like mid-table teams against Newcastle? Teams like City would destroy us. I agree with you, but after the injuries and the substitutions, it didn't seem like we had any other choice, Ranger. But I agree with you. Baleba Spurs this season. Why United going for him? Because we're shameless, Ayushman. This is short answer. So I have a theory that Fiorentina is going to get relegated. We need second goalkeeper. So due to relegation, we can bring DDG as a second goalkeeper to help Lamens and retire at home. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Yeah, Baleba is top priority. I know. I don't get it, man. Though. Hey, bro. Sorry, couldn't less attend the last few stream prelims are going so getting effed at the moment. Please study, buddy. We'll be here after your exams. Either Amram will break or the club's money will. Random thought: why did Lineker used to have an Insta profile picture of him with Rashford for such a long time, even before Rashford joined Barca? I don't know. Maybe he's close to him. That's an interesting question. I'm not on Instagram. I didn't know that. You, Unk? I suppose I am. When all fit, would you start Lissandro Delict or Heaven as a back three? Will you start Shaw? Also, your thoughts on Lissandro's performance against NUFC? Drax, I thought he had a great performance. He wore the captain armband and he wore it well. Um, I start Lissandro Delict and Heaven as the. Yeah, I would start that. I would try Luke Shaw at left wing back. I mean, see the thing about the Shaw thing is a problem because Shaw has not done anything wrong to actually be removed. If we are going to talk about merit on a merit basis picking people, then Shaw has actually done nothing wrong. It's a real problem. A real problem. You are too good, man. Lovely guy. Thank you. I was just asking about Ash. Mystic said something bad about my upbringing. I just want to ask why he said this. Because Mystic enjoys rage baiting people, and sometimes he behaves a little immaturely, but it's mostly out of passion, and sometimes he rubs people the wrong way, dude. It's kind of who he is a little bit. Yeah, and like Abhishek says, that's Mystic, all right. Oiland above Xerxes. I mean, Ash will tell you the same thing I'll tell you, man. We shouldn't have gotten rid of our Xerxes. We should have gotten rid of Xerxes instead of Oiland. No problem, Ash. I mean, my college is under PU. What's wrong with them? I don't know. Punjab University. Yes, Ash. Everyone's wishing Ash a speedy recovery and stuff. Yes. I was bored playing FIFA with 19 with big clubs, so I played with Ajax and I found three lovely players, one keeper. Any guesses? That Hoyland guy is above. I don't think so, Parth. I don't think he's worse than Xerxes, man. Serie A is washed, maybe. But then again, we got Xerxes from Serie A too. So, no loan, just sell Xerxes. I agree. You didn't watch United People's TV and Matty FC? I don't. But I believe Matty is a Newcastle fan, right? Matty Ranton. And United People's TV Sam, I watch him sometimes. Yeah. Guys like Vadi or Matic are getting player of the month. I mean, to be fair though, dude, Vadi he has turned back time in many ways, especially when he drinks a Red Bull. You should have an experienced striker to help Sheshko. You know what the problem is with that? The problem with that statement itself is he's probably going to have a worse 2 seasons than Hoyland did, and they're the same age. So would you argue that he's worse than Hoyland? I don't know what we're going to do about our striker situation, man. I can't lie. We have thrown money at it. It clearly doesn't work. I don't know what else we can do now. Be honest. Yeah, we should. I read that. Played FIFA 9 bunk school. Okay. Never repeat. I repeat. Never buy strikers from Serie A. Fair enough. I've been here 6 weeks. I'm fed up of it. Kane is coming. We can hope. Tashko breaks for hat trick. Yeah, I hope he gets running. Yeah, I hope he gets running. Still has more goals than Isaac. Love the choice of words in your speech that help me find new words. Whatever I can do to help, Akash. Whatever I can do to help. I'm glad you're expanding and branching out. Not that Matty. I'm talking about the Brazilian Matty. No, no, I don't know who that is actually. Matty FC. No. Yes, Spanish code deductor points now because then I will expect a trophyless season from Barca, but not in Feb, March, or May. Okay, 55 million release clause. Isn't that expensive? For Kane, I mean, it is expensive, but it depends on. You spend 80 million on Hoyland and Sheshko. Was that worth it? Probably not. Based on that, the 55 million might be worth it. Shashko's great. He's done everything right, but goals will come in time. The problem with that, Arush, again, is we don't have time now. That this is my problem with where we are, and we might not finishing in Europe even. A lot of the issues are not Amarim related, but it is more like where the club is and how Amarim's approach to the club is. It's not necessarily Amarim's philosophy or what he wants to do specifically. I don't think we have time, Arush. That is the honest answer. I'm thinking about it. What you say makes a lot of sense, but I don't think we have time. This is the problem. Get Lewandowski for free and ask him to groom Shashko. I wouldn't mind taking Lewandowski for free. Shashko will adapt better with time. We feel hunger from him. He runs like his life depends on it. When Xerxes' old age, he was jogging in the park. Shashko 65 million only. Yeah, but dude, would you say it's worth it either way? Probably not, right? If you get what I mean. Shashko is better than Hoyland. I really don't think so, dude. Hoyland scored 19 goals in his first season. And he was 20 years old. I really don't think so. But listen, man, I hope you're right. Because if you're right, it means we don't have to buy another striker. And I don't want to buy another striker. I'll tell you that for free. I don't want to buy another striker. So I really hope you're right. I really hope. I'm fed up of spending the same money. I'm fed up of spending the same high amounts of money on the same position every year. So I hope you're right. I'm kind of fed up. Amar is saying, I think Bruno wouldn't leave next, and we'll mostly have Bruno and Baliba midfield because Elliot Anderson, Wharton might reject us. Get egg rolls in Goa? I guess you do, Lavanya. I don't really know. Hello, Barfi. They were available for free. I think his contract's over. Oiland scored only 10 in his first season. No, in all competitions, meant part. In all competitions. I think he was 18 or 19 goals. Hello, Soma. By the way, Hoyland scored a brace yesterday as well, Parth. But anyway, that's not the point. Should we start now? I think we don't really need to talk about this game. We'll just move on to the next one. We spent enough time talking about United already. I don't want to depress anyone. This game, however, this game, this game needs to be discussed. 16 goals, 16, right? What did I say? 18? Hoyland plays judo with defenders. I think he was told to do that, Arush. He doesn't do that in Serie A. He does what he was supposed to do with him. At least if you see the compilations, which he runs into spaces. He has a great relationship with Spinazzola, by the way, which is crazy because they've never ever played. Ruben Neves in Wintermark from 1 to 10. Tell the probability. I mean, based on what people are telling me, because I haven't seen the news today, 0. It would seem. Oh, fair enough. Listen, I'm not saying 19 goals is great either. I'm just saying he had a better season than people thought he did. That's all. I'm not saying, yay, Hoyland is the savior of United. I'm not saying any of that. Take care of them. That's Serie A. But I mean, but you can only play who you got, na Parth. You can only play what's in front of you. You can't really do anything else. Can't do anything else. But let's see. No, ain't no way Hoyland's better than Sheshko. In some aspects, he's better. Overall, Sheshko is better than Hoyland. Yeah, I absolutely love Hoyland, but after his post, I kind of hate him. But Adarsh, I think, you know what, in fairness to him, and a lot of people have broken this down, in fairness to him, he wanted to stay and fight, and we just got rid of him. Right? So he is upset about that because he was quite the professional, unlike some other players we don't need to name Adarsh. And by the way, there's a little hidden context there. I don't know if you know this or not, but apparently, I found this out later myself. There were other clubs interested in Hoyland. So I think when he said he made the right choice, he made the right choice in which team he wanted to go on to loan for. I'm not saying you can still be angry with him if you want, Adarsh. I'm not trying to. I'm just telling you. I don't know if you know this or not, but I found this out later myself. So he had other offers, and basically said, "I picked the right one." And I honestly think he did pick the right one, since we anyway didn't want him. City as usual in this game. You know what? I don't agree, Wanna Brigade. We'll talk to it in a moment. We're going to smash four goals against Bulls. I know we are. I mean, I hope we are, I should say. Yes. Let's see this. Let's go, Abhishek. Yeah, let's start. So, Manchester City, Nottingham Forest at the City Ground, Manchester City. By the way, guys, I will star the ones I will address, but we will continue quickly. So, I don't go on a United ramble the whole video. It was nil-nil in the first half. I thought the game was evenly balanced, relatively, of course. Nottingham Forest is in 18th place or whatever. And I have to say, Nottingham Forest showed a lot of fight in the second half. But Ryan Cherky releases the ball on the left hand side, gets it to Tiani Reinders. Tiani Reinders hits it across goal. That was the first goal. Second goal, Homari Hutchinson 6 minutes later equalizes, and you're like, okay, now we've got a game, right? Because the first thing you thought is, oh, here we go. Man City are just going to, destroy everybody now. This is going to get boring. However, did not end up being that way. Did not end up being that way, thank God. City needed to work hard for these 3 points, man. City needed to work hard for these 3 points. There is no doubt about it. Ryan Cherky is the difference maker, goal and assist. He scores from a Josko Guardiol header that came from a cross, cut back header by Guardiol, lays it off perfectly for Cherky, hits it really hard, really low into the corner. You could say it's kind of unsavable, especially when it's through traffic like that. But I don't think they looked how should we put it, that convincing at the end. I'm sure the stats will say, like you say, 66-34, but in 16-7. I mean, you could say they look convincing, kind of did, kind of not. That game could have very well ended in a draw. Very, very well ended in a draw. And City have just been continuing this momentum. Speaking of which, another team that has been continuing their momentum. Um, Hold on a minute. Can we do this? Is this better? Hmm. Another team that was continuing their momentum here is the Arsenal. At the Emirates, Odegaard. By the way, Saka lays it off to Odegaard outside the box on the goalkeeper's left hand side of the post, inside post. Absolute blinder by Martin Odegaard. Fantastic goal. Um, Finally showing up in the games personally. I know his game is not necessarily based on GA, but as the attacking midfielder, you should be in the game a bit more in that case. And I thought that was a fantastic goal by Martin Odegaard. Um, then then Arsenal get what would only be considered as an own goal phenomenon. Cross gets put in. Jorginho Ritter basically heads the ball into his own goal. It was a weird header to begin with, straight into the goal. And to be very honest with you, it was quite shocking. And then Diego Gomez pulls one back shortly after that, but Arsenal did enough to get over the line. As you can see, a pretty even game, 47, 53-47. You can see the XG, the XG, most of the stats favor them for sure, but it was looking hairy there for a second. It was looking hairy there for a second. As you can see, the second half, as you can see, as I highlighted up there, Brighton started getting into the game, and then it was a little more even everything. The first half was quite a bit of domination by Arsenal, as you can see, the 60-40, roughly speaking. That second half, though, they showed uh, they showed why they the favorites to currently win the league right now. We move forward to Bournemouth versus Brentford. Oh my god, I saw some of these goals. It was crazy. Let me just look at some of the chats before we go on. Hasn't performed. Let's move on. It's difficult to say that though, Aryan, because we keep spending money on trying to solve that issue. But I hear you. Hoyland with Cunha and Mbemo would have produced good result than Xerxes. Probably. Agree on Hoyland. His attitude was good. He wanted to fight. I just hope he does well, man, in his career. Nice lad, it seemed. The officials clearly affected the game. I'm stunned, Sean Deitch. Oh, yes. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me, Barfi. Apparently, Ruben Diaz should have gotten a red card, by the way. That's something I didn't mention about that game. Thank you for reminding me, Barfi. Both are better than Nunes, at least better choice for United. Aston Villa, when will he fall? Hopefully not this week. Hello, Beerus. Liverpool fans are cheering weird scored against bottom table team. Listen, man, they need the positive. They've been going through a tough time the last couple of weeks. It is a little funny. It is a little funny, but given the state they were in for a few weeks, you can understand why. Will United ever sign a player in January? We can still hope, yeah. We can still hope. I think there was a release clause, the Drax. I don't think they had a choice there. If Milan too were letting go of Reinders for their price tag, should have squeezed 15, 20 more. I don't think AC Milan has that kind of trading power, to be honest, Drax. I think they have their own financial issues. Turkey proving a better choice than words for everyone. Hello, Mo. Good evening. Big matches ended in a 2-1 win or loss scoreline. Yeah, sorry. I can never like Turkey because of Stadium and United. Yeah, don't like him. That's fine. You don't have to. That might be true because he never disrespected club or manager, and yeah, he always wants to stay here, but he's so underconfident on the ball. I mean, listen, dude, would you blame him for being underconfident based on how we play? Adarsh, let me give you a current issue we have. When we don't have Sheshko on the pitch, we cross more than when we do have Sheshko on the pitch, and that is playing to his strengths. The same way Hoyland's strengths was not wrestling and coming deep; it was running behind the defensive line, and we never did that for him. I'm not defending him here. I'm just stating a fact. Like everyone complains now about how we don't feed Sheshko. The same way we didn't feed Ronaldo, the same way we didn't feed Hoyland, the same way we didn't feed Cavani. We never played to their strengths, so they never could be max effective. Napoli is playing through his strengths. That is why he's effective. If you see the goals he scores and you see the compilation before he signed for United, you will see that's what he specialized in. He never specialized in dropping deep and holding off play. He specialized in running behind the defense and finishing. And that's the goals he's scoring at Napoli. So if you don't play to his strengths, you don't play to anyone's strengths, they're never going to be good. And I'm not defending Hoyland like Aryan said, let's just move on. But you have to take that into consideration because now people are complaining that we're not playing to Shashko's strengths. But the problem with that is for the last 10 years, we have not been playing to any striker's strengths. So we all call them flops and not good enough and wasted money. But we also should take into account that the players are not playing through their strengths. Sir Alex Ferguson very famously once said when he signed Robin van Persie, which is if you don't give the ball to Van Persie where you need to give it to him, get ready to leave the club because you're not going to survive after the season. He won the league that year. Why? Because he made it very simple. He didn't come out with a tactic board and told them where to run. He told them, you have the ball and you see Van Persie. You pass the ball to Van Persie. Now I know people will say football's not that simple, but then Sir Alex Ferguson made it that simple. If you don't find Van Persie, you're out. It's your job as a professional footballer to find Van Persie, figure it out, or play football somewhere else. You know, bring Njai of Everton. Ooh, Riman Njai. Arsenal winning on Wolves. It's time for City take the lead for PL. It's possible. Bro, number 24 Wolves, Bellegarde. looks like a baller to me. He does look like a he definitely does look like a baller. Bhavya wouldn't mind stripping goals of every player because they all got relegation clauses. He is good. Sharky is good. He's volatile, but he's very good. Does anyone know any shop in Delhi where I can sell old books? It was so funny. There was a guy named Mudit who asked me the same question. I don't know. Anybody does from Delhi, do definitely say that. I lost my mind when Bradford scored 4 goals, and none of them was for Ego Thiago, who's in my FPL team. Thank you for the layup, Snail. Okay. Brentford 4, Bournemouth 1. Forget. Okay, the score line. Kevin Shard should have scored 6 goals. And no, I'm not being dramatic. Just watch any highlight if you missed the game. He had a one-on-one chance. I think he hit the post once. He missed one from point blank range. I mean, obviously a good save by the keeper. He could have easily had 6 goals in this game. Make no mistake about it. The fact that it finished 4-1, I don't. By the way, Iraola is in trouble, guys. I know we hyped him up at the beginning of the season. Andoni Iraola is in trouble. See this. They didn't even have majority of the possession. As you can see up there, 4 goals XG basically. And they scored 4 goals. 15 to 20 shots, 7 to 10, didn't matter. 7 shots on target, 4 goals. Clinical. Over 50% clip rate. Clinical by Brentford. Mark Andrews, again, another win. Again, I believe Brentford is 7th right now. Big chances more, big chances missed more accurate passing, more passes, more XG, more XG in open play, more non-penalty XG. I mean, they had everything. They had everything except total shots. That's it. I mean, shots on target and total shots. That's it. They had more passes. They passed more accurately. They passed in their own half a little bit, but that's fine because it ended up being 50% possession at home. More accurate long balls, more throw-ins. Michael Coyote is very dangerous with those throw-ins. That they had opportunities and more opportunities. I mean, just a completely crazy outcome that I wouldn't expect. Semenyo got his goal, by the way. Lovely goal, back heel flick, I should say, into the goal. It looked a little clumsy in slow motion, but you know what? If you don't try, you never know. And Antoine Semenyo tried, and he scored a goal. Burnley Everton 0-0, guys. There's no point talking about it. Let's see how well did our boy play though. Let's have a look quickly. What was his rating? Um, where was he? 7.7. Jimmy. Oh, good lord, Jimmy. Good lord. Here we go. It just came to Indies from India. Yeah. I don't know if all of them are. There are a group of 4 or 5 people, but there is definitely at least a couple of Indians in their group. Yash was the red for sure. Yeah. You can understand why Deitch was a little mad. Sanchez slip was at the most serious moment. Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, Sanchez had such towards the end of the game, he was making so many saves too, Bave, which is crazy. Hello, Vishwanath. Can Villa do a Leicester City this season? I don't think so, Soma. I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Hope he comes back. Hoyland and a competition for Benji. Others, I don't think he's going to come back. I think Napoli are going to use that obligation clause. Trying to strengthen, he's injured for a long time, adapting to league, so it's okay for him coming after ankle injuries. Yeah, that is there too, man. I hope he gets a hat trick against Wolves for his own confidence. Ethan, yeah. Hello, Yash. Thoughts on Sashko this season? It's a bit difficult to really determine it, man. We are going to have to answer that question at the end of the season, Yash. To be honest, to be fair to him, you are yapping now. Say something back. Good evening. Good evening. Sorry. Mitoma downfall is real, man. He was having talks with Barca. Now nobody wants to talk about it. What books says asking George is asking. If you want to sell your old books, you can sell it at Chauri Bazaar or Mukherjee Nagar. There you go. There you go. Wanna be great. You got the assist there. And other people who wanted Iraola as their manager. Never rate Iraola. His defensive structure is worse than Flick. Indies from India. Some of I believe there are a group of 4 5 people. It's like a group of journalists. FB. I believe one of them at least is from India. Do you think that when the PL coming us outside top six and shock everyone? I can only think of Villa. To be honest with you, I can't think about anyone else. No, I didn't. I wasn't aware of this. Egos. I don't know what egos are. And thank you for telling me. Now I don't need to know. If that was a Sanchez handball outside the box, could have had a second against. By the way, after pulling off all those saves, for Sanchez to do that, God, it is such a Sanchez moment. No, I can't even lie. Anyway, here we go. Liverpool Wolves. Okay, so let's set it up, shall we? So obviously, again, 0-0, which was kind of shocking to me. Uh, till 40 minutes. I think we and Wolves both scored before 40 minutes in our game. Not saying that's a good thing, obviously, but it did happen. Um, Within a minute, 2 goals between Liverpool goals, by the way, and Jeremy Frempong runs down the line, cuts it back. And I mean, the pace of the cutback obviously wasn't deliberate, but it felt so well to Ryan Gravenberch that he hit it hard and low, and he did that, and it went in. Great finishing there by Ryan Gravenberch. Uh, the I, even if the assist, the cutback wasn't on purpose. That the speed of it, it just fell perfectly for him, like perfectly for Ryan Gravenberch, and boom. And then on the other hand, we have Eki TikTok, my guy, he slips it in between the defenders to Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz with a great finish there. 2-0. Everything's looking gravy. We move into the into halftime. 5 minutes later, Wolves get a goal back, and panic stations ensue once again. Uh, you think, is that going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Substitutions come out. The famous Gakpo comes out. Everyone's panicking then. But Liverpool in the end did hold their end of the bargain, as you can see here, 67% possession. Controlled everything. I mean, the XG is a little disappointing, 1.54. They did get 2 goals in the end. 14 shots to 9, 4 to 4 on target. No, 4 shots on target, 2 goals, 4 shots on target, 1 goal. No, it might not seem pretty tight, but it was pretty tight for a game against Wolves in the end. I believe second half. Yeah, second half was more even. I was just going to see that. 56 to 44. More XG expected from Wolves. Same shots, more shots on target. They tried to pull off a second half comeback there. They were pretty close, to be fair. But Liverpool finally get their 3 points. And they move on to, I believe, fourth now, because Chelsea unfortunately lost. So now Liverpool's in fourth place. 1-0. 1-0 West Ham Fulham. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a crazy goal. I didn't see the game, obviously. But I did see this. Harry Wilson's on a crazy run right now, by the way, former ex-Liverpool player. He crosses the ball. It ricochets off someone. It literally rolls back to him, loops the ball over. It felt like in complete slow motion. Jimenez heads an open goal. The West Ham players completely sagged to the ground, completely shocked in defeat. 85 minutes, not enough time to get anything out of it. They ended up losing the game at home again. As you can see, got dominated at home, completely outstatted, as I like to call it. They both had one chance each. There was just nothing there for West Ham. As you can see, everything's highlighted in white, except long balls, which I don't think is a great thing anyway to begin with. As you can see, they just had complete control over this game. You can see right there. Anthony Robinson, Raul Jimenez, Harry Wilson. 3 top players there. I would take Anthony Robinson, but he's too old. So Harry Wilson is on a bit of a run himself there, must be noted. Then we've got Chelsea Aston Villa, which is what we were talking about earlier. I'll just take some chats in the meantime. Sanchez has improved massively this season. Damn, bro was dog shit last year. You know what? Fair point, Drax. He was terrible. He was terrible last year. Bye, guys. Need to do some work. Good luck to you all, GGM. You want to be great. By the way, I hope you got that information where you can sell old books. Yep. 60,000 capacity, same West Ham. That's surprising. Well, they got a new stadium, dude. They were always going to upgrade when the people do that, Bhavya. They're always going to, and it's in London, so they can use it for other things, much like Tottenham Hotspur Stadium does that. So, as per reports, Amram is changing to 4-3-3. Why did he waste 1 year simply then lol even gives Spurs a European trophy? Barfi, it's a lot more complicated than that. We'll have to see the upcoming games. While everyone's at AFCON, it's a bit difficult to determine that. I understand. I know you're an Arsenal fan and you're annoyed we gave Spurs a trophy. But trust me, yes, please. We are much more frustrated we gave Spurs a trophy, believe it or not. I think it's a complicated answer, but the simple answer is we'll have to wait to see till everyone comes back from AFCON. That will be a much simpler way to answer your question then. Eggos is a brand selling eggs which I don't 13, 14 rupees. 13, 14 rupees an egg. And the eggs were tested in a cancer causing element AOZ or something like that, found in Eggos is a reputed. You know what, Adarsh? This is the great thing about living in a small place like Goa or Belgaum. You know, we just get regular eggs. We're quite lucky. I don't think he'll change after players come exactly. That's why I didn't want to give an answer to Barfi because quite honestly, if I'm being very honest, I also don't think it's going to be permanent. So let's see. Hopefully it is. We see some changes. In the meantime, Chelsea won, Aston Villa 2. Just when you think everything was going well for them, as you can see right here, 63% overall. As you can see, 71% possession in the first half, where João Pedro gives them the lead at 37 minutes. As you can see there, everything blue, everything you can see blue, guys. They only managed 100 accurate passes, which is crazy in one half of football. They had 300 passes at 91% completion rate. XG should have been 2. Got 1. Total shots. Oh my God, look at this. Look at all the eggs here for Aston Villa. 0, 0, 0. There's zeros everywhere. Absolute domination. 330 passes, 299 completed, 138 passes. They got played off the park in the first half. And then what happened, guys? Then what happened? Still 53-47%. The overall was 63-37, right? But second half, 53-47. And then the counter was true almost. Everything's showing up pink or purple or claret, if you like. And this was crazy because we were live. I think we were. I'm not sure whose channel we were on actually. Whose channel were we on, Ethan? I'm pretty sure you were there. Whose channel were we watching the game on? Hmm. Was it Lala's channel? No, it was Ishan's channel. We were all sitting on Ishan's channel watching the game after the Liverpool game. And Watkins, Yuri Tillemans slips the ball through. Watkins spin shoots. 1-1. Then panic stations ensue. I mean, Robert Sanchez was all over the place, minus the slip, of course. The slip was also funny. He was saving everything. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe what we're watching here. As you can see, 11-4, 8 shots on target. My man Sanchez I mean, he was deflecting balls like, let's not go there. Um, it was crazy. But in the end, it proved too much. Cross comes in. Header. Oliver Watkins puts the nail in the coffin. Hands Chelsea another loss. Chelsea dropped down to 5th. Unai Emery says good evening to everybody. 11 match win. It's not a winning streak, right? It's 11 match undefeated streak. Aston Villa throw ever so closely into what is it? Are they third right now? Give me a second. Let me have a look at this quickly. What is it? They're third, right? Third. 3 points away from top. The goal differences doesn't matter because they spent first 5 games doing nothing. But as you can see, they're 1 point away from City. 1 point away from City. As you can see there, the only loss on Arsenal's calendar right now, they had 2. One of them is the Villa, as you can see right there. Oh, sorry, that wasn't against Villa. Who was that loss to? Oh, it was against Villa. Never mind. It was against Villa. That was a guess. And they got to play Villa again. Can Unai Emery do the double? We will talk about that tomorrow, of course. But today, as you can see, 5 greens. Only City and Aston Villa have got 5 greens. Can they do it, guys? Someone posed the question earlier. Can they do it? Maybe they can. However, we shall move on to the bottling part. That's right. The Ishan take. Do like and subscribe. Hello, Akshay. You will adapt according to the game. I want to be a UFC fighter. What is the roadmap? The roadmap is uh, take a striking sport, take a grappling sport, build a base up in that, and then go to an MMA gym to learn everything. Or learn at an MMA gym because nowadays the modern person just goes to an MMA gym to have well rounded skills. Yeah. Mount update? Unlikely, Bhavya. That's what it is. It's what Ganacho can do to your club. You know what, Akshay? I think I told Mohak that I think Garnacho is better than Bino Gittins. And he said, I don't think so. And I actually think Garnacho is better than Bino Gittins. But it is what it is. That is the Chelsea problem. There's nothing we can do about it. Arnold and Christensen are so similar. Whenever they play, they look like they're pretty good, but always get injured the team when the team needs them the most. Yeah, unfortunate. Chelsea so stupid, wasted all money on Gittins and Garnacho when they could have bought Sancho for 20. What position that you think United will be after the next 3 matches? Well, if everyone wins their next 3 matches, which is unlikely, all the teams above us, I think we might be fourth. We have the next best. I think we have the best 3 fixtures coming up. Ideally speaking, world class performances, diabolical. I mean, Akshay, it's their loss, right? Maybe they have a plan. Aston Villa about to do an RCB 2025. Do everything opposite to Anshul Chubli. Go to Dagestan, forget 1, 2 years that you'll be a wrestler for sure. Oh, Bhavya, I saw what he did there. I know what that is. That's what Islam Makhachev told Daniel Cormier one day. See what I see. He's a proper MMA fan. I'll go to Dagestan for 2, 3 years and forget. An India fighter training in Dagestan. Yes, there is. There is. I remember. I don't remember where I heard that, but someone did tell me that ages ago. Um, Sunderland versus Leeds. Guys, can we just. Okay, you know what? We'll go in order. Never mind. Sunderland were 1-0 up. Granit Xhaka, by the way, with an incredibly crispy reverse pass. Let's talk about that for a second. An incredible. Remember the words, okay? Incredibly crispy reverse pass outside of the box into the corner. And Adingra comes in, lines up a high finesse up and around the keeper. It was a beautiful. When you see the angle behind Adingra, it's beautiful. But I believe that is Simon Adingra's first goal in the Premier League. What a way to open up the account. However, they go into the first half with the lead. You think, oh my God, Sunderland back in the top 5 again. Dominic Calvert-Lewin had other plans. Pass comes in from Aronson, the American. Dominic Calvert-Lewin slips it across the keeper of the near post, across to the far post. 2 minutes into the half. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Daniel Farke and Nuno Espirito Santo. Whatever, okay? Whatever you think about them, whatever you think about the teams they coach, never forget this. Nuno Espirito Santos has unlocked Callum Wilson, minus his injuries. You can't do anything about that again. And Daniel Farke has unlocked Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't even Ancelotti couldn't get this out of him. I'm not trying to brag, obviously. I'm just saying, keep that in mind. If I'm not mistaken, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scored in his last 7 games, something like that. Some kind of weird stat, last 7 in 10 games or something. Different player now. He looks so different. And you got to give Daniel Farke that credit. It's incredible what he's done. Sunderland bottled 2 points, or however you'd like to call it, but I have to give a little shout out to DCL over there. As you can see, your Leeds started getting the better of them towards the end of the game. Sunderland have a lot of players gone to the AFCON and they stacked up a lot of points before that, so good for them. But Leeds might actually not get relegated at this point. 1-0 Spurs. Didn't watch the game, guys. Wasn't at home. Gray scores the only winner from a cross, I believe. Uh, Pushes Tottenham Hotspurs to 11th place right now. Crystal Palace in a bit of a slump themselves. Let's see where Crystal Palace are in the league. Where are they? Ninth place. Slowly slipping lower and lower. As you can see, Brentford has overtaken them. Fulham is basically one goal separates Fulham from Crystal Palace. Sunderland are ahead of them. They had a chance to pass all these teams. In fact, if Crystal Palace won, you could argue they'd be up here. Or depending on how they win, they could have been here, equal on points. But Glasner's men fell short against Spurs. The Spurs went from 22 points, which would be here somewhere, with positive goal difference. 15th place, 14th place. They moved up to 11th. As you can see, Newcastle still miring at 14th place here, which is not a great look for them personally. Those were the games this week, guys. We have done it. We have covered the games of the week. Tomorrow, we will do another video for the predictions of, funny enough, tomorrow's games. Or day. Well, it would be tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow some games will be there tomorrow, yes. So we will do that in the meantime. If we sign Cole Palmer, would be Wayne Rooney regen for us? I agree. I think so. Ahmad and Mbumo game drew. They played each other, right? So Bajit Singh, Mount also out for Wolves. What can be the probable lineup? I think Shea Lacey is going to start. I think it's going to be the same lineup. I think it will cost a lot to train with elite fighters and stay in Dagestan. I think I saw 7 day in Dagestan camp video and you spend around 5K USD for 1 week. I think you should have money or sponsor. Bro, just join an MMA gym. It's going to be expensive here, but it'll be a lot cheaper. Always Ahmad. Okay. You don't even go to gym, man. Islam said to Daniel, right? Yeah. He's like, look at me, I'm in shape. He's like, you don't even go to the gym. You play golf all day. Dhaka to beat Aston Emirates. What is what I'm praying for the society. I mean, yeah, but what can you do, Bhavya? At the end of the day, like I said famously, I'll take 38 1-0 if it means our team's going to do well. You know, it's boring, but I take it. That manager will deserve every effing award. If we sign Cole Palmer, he could be the next Rooney for United, hopefully. Man City will be unstoppable with the arrival of Samuel. You think so, Prometheus? I don't know, man. I don't know. Pep just juggles players around a lot, so it's difficult to say that. But it'll definitely send. It will probably send Bournemouth into relegation for sure. Probably send Bournemouth into relegation. I think that's definitely going to happen if that happens. Uh, anyway, guys, that's been my time. There's 29 people watching. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow, around the same time, we're going to do game week predictions. You do black magic? Unfortunately, I don't. I wish I did. My team would have won a lot more. I said in most team, you're going to crash out if we draw against Wolves. So wait. See this, Debojit. Look at this. Look at the thing below my name. Wait, sorry. Anchulo, yes, I don't know the name, just saw a reel. Yes. Always Ahmad. I got ignored. Sorry, a mistake. I was looking at the other screen. Why is City signing forwards when the defense is mid-EF? Probably because they have the money to do it. There's no other answer to say that. Today I can eat, I can work hard, I can enjoy. Is this halal? Okay. Anyway, guys, I'll be off. I will see you tomorrow around the same time, game week predictions. It'll be another quick video. It won't be too much, because the games will be at whatever o'clock at night. 2026, we're seeing Nathan on Insta. Bhavya, sure. Probably. Let's just put it that way. Bye, Drax. Thank you for joining. Take my previous chat if you can. Hold on. Imagine the scenes if we get the better of world champion Chelsea and get fifth. They go to sixth with Europa and we put a 120 million goal effing palm. I still think 2028 it's more likely, but that would be sensational. You don't want us to replace Shashko. Yeah, he's pretty good. All right, guys. Take care. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow for the game week predictions. Take care and have a nice one.